Hi again, everybody. This is Dave Stevens coming to you live from Radio Row. We are just getting together with some of the greatest players ever to play in the NFL. And once again, I want to thank our sponsors, Autism Life Path, focused on inclusion, Drive Lab, that has great drive-safe programs, and the Accessibility Daily Living, or ADL, which is committed to rebuilding independence. Joining me right now is one of the greatest offensive lineman I think I ever saw.
Oh, wow.
He's also a great singer. He's an entrepreneur. He's got all kinds of things. If you don't recognize him, missing the hair, you're a big fan of the Kyle Turley band, it's the lead singer, Kyle Turley. Kyle, thanks for joining us here on Radio Row
Great
for
to be
the
with
Disability
you,
Channel. And
yeah, thank you.
I want to get it out of the way because what you're doing is so important. And let's just talk about it. Let's just get that elephant out of the room. We're talking about hemp, cannabis, CBD, and the products that really we're discovering can really help the body. And an NFL athlete is probably, it's one of the toughest athlete regimes to go through day in, day out, 6 and 7 days of practice on the body, and yet you get to tear down, your heads get hit. How are we going to protect the athletes going forward?
Well, that's why I'm here. We're here to spread that message of continued exposure of what I've experienced in medication that helps defeat a lot of these things that come from playing this sport. This sport carries with it inherencies we have to acknowledge that are, revolved around our brains to our bodies. Everything, that could go wrong with your health-wise because of the amount of injuries sustained playing a contact sport is extreme. And so, through that, I've discovered that cannabis actually has the opportunity to do that. It has the opportunity to recover injury faster than I experienced in pharmaceuticals. It has the opportunity to help me sleep better. It has the opportunity to help me defeat diseases, infections, and everything else systematically. The more that I use it, I'm finding the truth in that I didn't need these pills. I didn't need to do those things. I need to pay more attention to what was going on with my body.
And people out there don't really know what the endocannabinoid system is, but it's pretty vital in keeping your body functioning the right way so the brain controls and talks to everything else so you're not hurting every day.
Yes, and unfortunately, the medical community in America doesn't choose to discuss this in medical schools still to this day. It's not studied. It's only talked about. And that's where this has to go forward. I'm here to represent my CBD companies, my full marijuana company that I'm opening a dispensary, and trying to expose that because that has to be exposed. People can't just stop at CBD. There's seeming to be this conversation where this uneducation, this misunderstanding is going on, and the right people have, there's a few of us out here, but there's some great people out here that are exposing the truth about this, and it's not about getting high.
Well, I got to ask, and I'm not going to name names, but if there's commissioners and people that are relatively a lot older than us that just don't understand it and continue to say it's the gateway drug to whatever and whatever, but if you're talking about putting these $1 million athletes' lives and bodies and heads on the line day in and day out, you want to protect them, you want to keep them, you want a 4 or 5 year career instead of a 2 or 3 year career. So what's it going to take to educate the upper echelon of league executives and stuff to really implement this into the lives of NFL athletes?
Well, it's happening, and I can just say that, I've reached out personally. I'm a guy that goes out. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to knock on your door, especially that I've had this opportunity to have this true experience that I can't deny, that at 44 years old with all of these injuries, plates and screws and fusions and all of this going on with my body and my brain, and having this track record of injury from seizures to, vertigo constantly to all the arthritic issues, and pain and inflammation. And I've found these answers in cannabis, and I've exposed these to the NFL. I've exposed these to the powers that be. And I can only say that just through the proof of my experience, and continue to come back here and have the opportunities to be on shows like yours to show people, now we have the opportunity for them to hear it, for them to see it, and people see those things. They can't deny it. I should not be here right now. And Ricky Williams and all the other guys that are now having this resurgence in their life and getting their lives back, I couldn't stand to have more of my friends die, from these things that are happening that are very real in our community.
And we also have to talk about, I mean, I think I have it from getting my head hit around as, a legless football player getting banged around. I worry about CTE. I have depression. I have mood swings. I have all these things. And CBD really helps that. Medical marijuana helps that. But it's like everybody in the outside world still sees it as the devil's drug. And it's like, it's up to you. And I appreciate you educating the world and what you're trying to do. And hopefully, like the league, MLB's taking it off restricted lists. I'm hoping others follow suit.
It has. And this has been a great year. That's the other reason why I'm here, really kind of doing a victory lap for cannabis. We've had a banner year in sports with this conversation. The NCAA 2019 has increased their THC allowance for collegiate athletes to 35 nanograms, which is where the NFL stands, and which allows athletes to use full spectrum CBD products from hemp, and even get into understanding the base levels of cannabis as well. So the education is the key. Understanding why this is working, and then exposing this in your life. If you're someone who uses this and understands this and knows this, and it is helping you, the biggest impact that I've made, could make, and anyone can make in this conversation, like yourself, when you tell people that you use this plant, they go, whoa, what? They stop in their tracks. And it's up to people, the people who have had this experience that understand this. It's not about getting high. It's about being your best and being able to keep going and doing, because otherwise you'd be on these pill regimens that they want you on, and you're just going to keep going down and into those darker holes.
All right. What's your website?
NeuroXPF.com. We've got a great Super Bowl discount, Super 20. You can punch that in on online, order to all 50 states and into Canada and around the world. DHL does a good job of getting it there. And NeuroXPF.com on the CBD side. And then I'm opening up my retail for the whole marijuana conversation in my hometown of Moreno Valley with a great group called Shango that has a national platform around the country, Michigan, Missouri, Nevada, Oregon, and California now, my hometown, bringing true medicine to the people. And, it's got me my life back. I'm now, I'm back to my music more.
But your hair's gone.
Yeah, my hair's gone, and I moved on. I'm going to play some killer boss guy in this movie Run Boys coming out. I'm doing independent films, and you can go to my Instagram page and, check that out.
You've toured with Hank Williams Jr. the third, and how's the music? Is that more rewarding than football?
No. Football just was the most rewarding and unique thing that I could have ever been a part of. There's
and you walked away on your own terms, though. That's what shocked the world.
Yeah. I don't know about shocking the world, but it was I guess pseudo my terms. My terms. It wasn't in so many ways. I was able to walk away, I guess, but you really don't. You limp away, and I didn't want to walk away. I was given a box with all my gear, and there's another guy in my locker, and they said, oh, you need another surgery, Kyle, so we're putting you on IR. And I just was, driving back to Nashville from Kansas City while my teammates are going out to practice and, contemplating what the hell am I doing with my life?
I remember sitting at ESPN. I was like, no way, Kyle Turley walks away. He's one of the greatest offensive linemen. And, I'm just glad that your health is back with CBD and everything that you're doing. You're such a good champion. You're going to help these young guys. And I think they need more of you guys educating the younger guys, because there's too many older guys make the wrong decisions. All right, I got to ask you.
Unfortunately, and that can be resolved through cannabis, period. I've got it back. I've turned that on to multiple people, and it is very real.
The teams involved. You got to pick. You got a preference. You want Andy Reid?
I was a Chief, man. I played for the Chiefs for 2 years, and Andy Reid's been here, so there's a lot of experience. And you'd like to think that the Chiefs, 50 years removed, can do it again. We're in the 100th year of the NFL. A lot of good things to talk about and push forward with the game. This young kid, Patrick Mahomes, and this young team, unbelievably talented, and this coach that's got him here. He deserves it, I guess. That he's been that guy that just keeps knocking at that door as far as coaches, and then these players, I think just superior talent is in the favor of the Kansas City Chiefs. When they're on, I mean, the Niners are great. That's why they're in the Super Bowl. But the Kansas City Chiefs are just lethal.
Well, oh, by the way, he's coming out of retirement tomorrow for a
Yeah,
Wounded Warrior
that's
amputee
right.
football game. Thank God I don't have to chase him around on the field as a quarterback. But
Yeah.
we really appreciate what you do for the Wounded Warriors
Thank
and
you.
our team. And
Appreciate what
spent a
you
little
guys
time with
do.
Kyle Turley. Again, go to his website. Cannabis CBD is changing the world. So you got to pay attention, educate yourself, and don't be ignorant on this, especially this topic. So, brother,
Definitely.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you. I appreciate
All right,
you
Kyle.
and everybody else.
Kyle Turley, live Radio Row. We appreciate you watching us. Thank you. This is Dave Stevens for the Disability Channel.
Awesome, man.